Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the final day of Cyberweek 2022. It's been an amazing week, but I am here with my very good friends, Ayushi and Jonathan, and we wanted to share a little bit of information about what's coming in 2023 with the next ODR Forum. So if you haven't checked it out yet, go to the website odr2023.org, and you can see a little bit of information about what's coming. I am very confident that this is going to be the best ODR forum we've ever had, and we've been doing them yearly since 2001. One of the best ones, certainly, that I can remember happened in Chennai in 2011 that Chitu Nagarajan managed. Well, based on what I'm seeing and in working in close coordination with our partners at Agami, and Ayushi, I think, will tell you a little bit more about Agami in a minute, I think this is going to exceed even that event. So I cannot wait to be there. And I strongly urge you, I know it's a long way from Europe and the United States to India, but I think this is the time to make the trip to come because it's going to be such an amazing event. So Ayushi, can I just ask you to give a little insight? I know the plans are still kind of in motion, but I know your team has been working hard on pulling together this meeting. So can you share, first of all, introduce yourself, say a little bit about Agami, and then talk about how the event is coming together.
Hi, everyone. I'm Ayushi Singhal. I work with Agami, and I lead their online dispute resolution initiative. I'm a lawyer by training, so that helps me a little bit with that. Agami is a movement of ideas and people seeking to transform the experience of justice in India. We believe that the only way we can radically improve our experience of law and justice is if millions of citizens go beyond merely seeking justice to creating solutions that make justice for themselves and for their communities. Agami works closely to nurture entrepreneurship in online dispute resolution, to enable more citizens and businesses to resolve disputes equitably, efficiently, and at scale. We also work with stakeholders in India with a mission and hope that moving the next 100 million grievances online may result in better access to justice for all. Other initiatives that we work on include artificial intelligence and justice, open justice data, etc. It gives me immense pride to announce that the 22nd edition of the International Online Dispute Resolution Forum, the ODR Forum 2023, will take place on 17th and 18th March next year in Bangaluru. That's the Silicon Valley of India at the invigorating Bangalore International Center. So we all know that the ODR Forum is the premier global networking event for the ODR community. It's been recognized for having worldwide influence and reach. And I'm really happy that Agami is organizing and bringing the forum back to India after more than a decade since it happened last in Chennai, as Colin mentioned. Why India? So we are witnessing ODR become a national priority for all stakeholders in India. Especially in the last 2 years, ODR in India has grown exponentially. As of now, 100 enterprises are piloting ODR solutions. 12 plus Indian states have conducted their high volume small causes courts that we call Lok Adalats here using online dispute resolution platforms. Many government departments have deployed ODR for their disputes. The Reserve Bank of India, the National Payments Corporation of India, and even entire ecosystems like the Open Network for Digital Commerce and the Account Aggregators ecosystem are adopting online dispute resolution. Last year, Niti Aayog, which is the apex public policy think tank for the government of India, came out with a report titled Designing the Future of Dispute Resolution in India. And that was a national policy plan for ODR in India. So even the government is taking steps to ensure that the ODR ecosystem goes from strength to strength. And as of date, 3.6 million disputes of myriad categories have been resolved through ODR platforms offered by more than 15 startups, many of which have raised venture capital funding from blue chip investors. And this is happening on the back of high economic growth, rapid technological development through Digital India initiatives like India Stack, and the recent launch of 5G network with the aim for Internet for all in India. And there is no better time than now for the ODR community to come together in India and together explore what is possible for ODR around the world. So I invite you to participate in the ODR Forum 2023 to touch, feel, and shape the emerging future of online dispute resolution. It'll be a 2-day gathering of over 250 innovators and thought leaders across business, society, government, who come together to connect, listen, imagine, and most importantly, commit to inspire the next generation of innovation and online dispute resolution. Confirmed keynote speakers for the forum include Mr. Nandan Nilekani, the co-founder of Infosys, who's also held a cabinet ranking position in the government of India and is widely regarded as one of the world's best technologists, having designed many technologies at scale. Mr. Richard Susskind, who's the world's most cited author on the future of legal services, would be joining us online, with Mr. Ethan Kach, who, as you all know, is widely recognized as the founder of the field of online dispute resolution. There will also be over 20 global ODR thought leaders and innovators as panelists, and many more as participants across business, society, and government. On the agenda are discussions on emerging themes in ODR, emerging trends and patterns, technologies, and opportunities in ODR worldwide. We are also planning to organize an exhibition of cutting-edge technologies showcasing the future of dispute resolution, and celebrate the businesses and organizations adopting ODR through a digital landscaping. And to top it all will be delicious food, folk music, and dance.
Fantastic. Oh my gosh. What an amazing pitch you just gave. I was so excited about this, and now I'm even more excited. So Ayushi, wow, you crushed it. Now, there was only one thing that I think you didn't do a good enough job in your overview, and that was talking about Agami's contributions to all of these developments, because Agami is an amazing organization. I think you're too modest to lay out the role that Agami has played in planting all the seeds that are now sprouting into this forest in India. I personally believe India is the most exciting geography for ODR in the world. As you say, you have civil society stakeholders, you have a lot of people that are saying this is the future of civil justice in India. But Agami's ODR handbook, that I know you played a role in bringing into the world, is one of the best documents I've ever seen in laying out the value that ODR can have, and doing it in such a professional and concise way. And I think one of the reasons why so many people now have said we're going all in with ODR is because of the leadership that Agami has demonstrated. So it's such a wonderful thing to be partnering with Agami on this event. And I also know that you've convened many successful conferences in India previously, not ODR fora, but primarily for stakeholders within India that have been wildly successful. And I know that you're working on some very, very exciting keynote addresses that can't yet be confirmed or shared publicly, but I think we'll know more as we get closer to the date. So thank you for that. Great. I'm so glad I have that video. I'm going to put it on all my social media because you just crushed that. But any last comments, anything you'd like to say to all the people who are considering attending?
So I invite everybody to visit the forum's website, that is odr2023.org, to express their interest in the forum, sign up for updates. The registrations for the forum open next week, and we earnestly look forward to hosting you and hope to see you soon. Thank you very much.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Ayushi. That was excellent. Now, let me also say, many of you might remember that one of the things that also has occurred in parallel with the ODR fora over the last 20 plus years is the international competition for online dispute resolution. I think the first one was kicked off, I think, in 2001, almost the same year as the first ODR forum, and it was led by our good friend, Ben Davis, a fellow at the National Center for Technology and Dispute Resolution. I was honored to have the software for my first company, Online Resolution, utilized in those early iCoder. Well, it's interesting because we registered the domain name iCoder for the international competition in online dispute resolution, but then of course it eventually became the International Council for Online Dispute Resolution. So maybe we need a new and improved name. But Ben ran it for 3 or 4 years, and then it sort of lost steam, but then was picked up again, I think, in the 2010s. And it was led by Katrina Nobles out of the School for Industrial and Labor Relations at Cornell. And then it was run as part of ADR Hub for several years, and also, it received rave reviews. And then that iteration kind of lost steam. But one of the things we're very excited about is the possibility of bringing that competition back, partially leveraging a lot of the excitement about ODR in India, but also making this a global competition and sort of much like Ayushi has described taking the ODR Forum to the next level, we are optimistic about taking the global online dispute resolution competition to the next level. And the person that is leading that effort is my good friend and colleague, Jonathan. So Jonathan, I'm really glad you're here to share some of your thoughts about how the competition might be coming together and how we might sync it up with the ODR Forum. I know our good friend Nishant, who's also helping you with this, he wasn't able to join us today, but he's absolutely your right-hand man and partner in crime on all of this. So please tell us your thoughts and how everything is coming together.
Thanks, Colin. Ayushi, once again, thank you for that really nice presentation. You should have just started off with Bangalore, music, food, and Agami, and you would have sold it to us in 10 seconds. But really, really excited. I want to pay tribute to Agami, though. I've had the pleasure of working with them a couple of times, and I know it's always exciting working with them. And you should not have any second thoughts of getting to Bangalore and being part of this. And I think it's a perfect marriage between Agami and Media.com, and of course the entire team out there, because of course pioneers both in India and the US and globally. So I'm excited about March 2023 for sure. I'm Jonathan Rodrigues, as Colin just mentioned, and I'm the founder of The Pact. My colleague Nishant would have been here as well to talk to you about stuff, but he's got a wedding to attend, interestingly, and so he won't be able to be on this call. And we never take away people from weddings to be attended in India. But he's going to be the face of this going forward until March 2023. I will be working more in the back end. You'll see me on and off because I have a full-time job. Actually, I'm going to be moving to London very soon. I'm based with the TCM group based in London. But of course, I will be assisting Colin and the team and Nishant, of course, with the ODR competition. I think we have seen a lot of mediation competitions and a lot of arbitration competitions go online ever since COVID hit us. And this is going to be no different to that. But of course, we have a lot of exciting ideas, which I can promise you have not seen at any other online dispute resolution competition before. That's my promise to you. We're going to use technology to the utmost limit that we can to make this exciting, to make it thrilling, and at the same time to give you an experience that you can enjoy from any time zone you're going to be part of. It might be a bit, it might be at some really odd hours for some of you, but we're going to try and distribute that awkward time slots across the globe so that all of you will have some awkward time slot at some point in time. At the same time, you'll have some enjoyable time slots to also come and enjoy this competition. Nishant's got some fantastic plans up his sleeve to get you involved, even if you're not participating as a competitor in the competition. So watch out for that. It's going to be, I think what we're trying to focus on, of course, is technology and the use of technology for mediation competitions or for dispute resolution competitions. We might start off with just negotiation or mediation in the first year, and we will eventually want to graduate into, I would say, other forms of dispute resolution. But we do understand the value and the magnitude of work that's been put in by ICO over the last 2 decades. And it's an honor, I would say, and a pleasure for the Pact to now take that to another level, to rebirth it, of course, keeping in mind the values and virtues that it stood for the last 2 decades. But yeah, it's about making the competition exciting. It's about getting people involved. It's about, I would say, tying all those loose knots that we have experienced in competition culture around us. And we want to pay tribute to the different competitions that have, that occur across the world, and see how we can, take all the positives from all of them and make this even better. But don't worry, if you can't travel to Bangalore, you will still be able to be a part of this no matter where you are. And yeah, really looking forward to working with all of you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Jonathan. Yes, I am equally excited about this competition, and I know Ben Davis has agreed to serve as our honorary chairperson. So it's a wonderful thing to be able to pull the thread through 2 decades of practice. But this is the pinnacle. This is the highest we have climbed on this particular mountain, I think, is what's going to be happening in March. So I'd also like to say to everybody who's watching this video, this is a great opportunity to contribute to the field. If you'd like to sponsor either of these events, I'm sure Jonathan and Ayushi would not be sad to hear from you if you would like to find a way to feature your brand and be a part of these very exciting gatherings. But I am ecstatic. I cannot wait for March to get here, and I'm eager to contribute in however I can to helping pull these events together. But I just want to say thank you, Ayushi. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, Pact. Thank you, Nishant. Thank you, everyone at Agami, for all the hard work you're putting into this. And I think we're going to have a lot of international attendees there, but it's also going to be interesting to see who shows up from India. I think there's going to be a lot of people that have never been to an ODR gathering before and don't know much about ODR. So this is going to be a wonderful introduction to those people about the promise and potential of the field. So with that, please, Jonathan, do you have another comment?
Colin, sorry, I'm just putting myself in the seat of the audience here. We are going to be meeting in Bangalore, but there will be also the opportunity for those who can't make it to Bangalore to join online, right? So it's going to be hybrid. It will be hybrid. Yes.
And the same with the conference as well. I think there'll be online participation opportunities. So, that's the new world we're in post-COVID. There's no gathering that just happens purely face-to-face. So we'll definitely have online opportunities. And you mentioned before awkward time zones. That's the new reality of global cooperation, because I think this is a perfect example. It is 9 a.m. on the East Coast, so convenient for the East Coasters in the United States. And the two of you are speaking at 7:30 p.m. on a Friday night, so not exactly the most convenient time. But we'll figure it out. We'll share the pain across all of the attendees.
We might need a global coffee sponsor.
There you go. I was thinking Red Bull might help us out. Yeah. So
or Red Bull.
All right. Well, look, I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time to share this today. And I'm going to put this on all of our social media and write an article on mediate.com about this and share this video. As I say, I couldn't be more excited. Thank you for all of your hard work. Let us know how mediate.com or me or the National Center for Technology and Dispute Resolution can help all of our fellow community. We're all excited about this. And I want to thank you both for playing the pole position in putting this together. It's going to be amazing.
My pleasure, Colin.
Thank you so much, Colin. A pleasure.